Hello, hello, everybody. Happy New Year! Everyone should now be into 2023, no matter where you're at in the world, I believe. And I'm excited to see what is going to be coming forth for us. So, before we get started on this year's readings, I do want to send love out to the world to start off our session. And if you want to join me, I more than welcome that. Whether you're watching this on replay or live, that beautiful love energy is outside of space and time. So if you join in, even on replay, we're joining all together at the same time anyway. So I'm going to take a big deep breath and just come back to right here, right now. And just let that love cascade down into our heart, fill us up, and flow out to the world. And if you are in need of love right now, for your heart, for your mind, for your body, for a situation or a loved one, we send love to you right now as well. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me and sending that love out. And before we get started into the actual readings, do you want to share just a couple pick a cards that Spirit has recently given? And this first one is, what does Spirit want you to know right now about love in 2023? So if you haven't checked that out, there's the link to that one. And then there was also one that we put out a little bit ago, but it is about messages from your soulmate, soul partner, and or twin flame. That one was really interesting because I did not know the difference between those three until Spirit had me do the reading, and I'm like, well, that's interesting information. I like that. And then also messages from the divine, feminine and masculine, and there's the pick a card for that. And then also the other one they want me to mention is the pick a card about how to remove blocks from our past, which allow us to raise our vibration. So I loved those messages that came through, and Spirit wanted us to share those today. And lastly, we also put out a winter solstice, summer solstice readings. And that, of course, is from December 21st, and it lasts all the way till around March 21st. So it is a 3-month reading, and that is by each individual zodiac sign. So if you are drawn to any of those, there you go. And we will, let me just get my little screen set up here, and we will get started. Just pop out the chat here. And of course, if you're new to my channel, how we go around the free readings is it is first come, first serve. And so I do go in order, uh, at the very top and work my way down. But if someone does make a donation, I do honor that energy exchange, and I do step outside of the free ones, complete that, and then go back into the free ones where I left off and continuing going down. So that is, basically the way it works. So there we go. And I do have one donation already, so we will start with that. And this is for Christine. Thank you so much for your donation. And so you had mentioned just nothing in particular. So we're going to do a general reading for you. And I am going to pull from the Priestess of Light Oracle for you for their message. And let's see what they have for you. So what do they want you to know? That was like 5 cards. They want you to know a lot, but not all of that. So let's take a look here. What would you like, Christina? All right. I'm excited to see what this is. So you got a beautiful deep emotions card. Card 15, unknown feelings, past life influences. Ooh. So it says this priestess of the depths welcomes you to a side of life that most people never explore. The sacred triangle above her head represents the trinity of time, past, present, and future. So just in case we didn't see that, the triangle above her head there. Beautiful card. All right. And this is surrounded by the circle of eternity, reminding you of the unending nature of life, cyclical, continuous, and connected. The ocean is layered with currents of all different speeds and directions. These layers of moving vibrations are like the emotions of your life. And it's time to understand your patterns of motivation and reaction and recognize how you are affected by the things going on beneath the surface. Profound feelings you might not be facing are often still strong enough to direct your destiny, whether you want them to or not. Longing, attachment, and fear could send you in entirely different directions than you desire. Such influences may stem from past lives, but whatever the origin, you need not be stuck with them forever. Thank goodness, right? Look honestly at the patterns of your life to identify the undercurrents of emotion that are misdirecting you. Affirm that you can release toxic emotions and let go of longing and need. Call upon your own eternal spirit to help you navigate these depths of feeling and influence. The power of your soul transcends all limits of time, space, and energetic currents. When you feel the depth of peace it brings, you will be able to take conscious advantage of each moment and to achieve joy in all the currents of your present experience. The present is a drop of life that cannot be separated from the vast ocean that is your eternal truth. So choose to infuse it with power and peace. I like it. The affirmation card: I release longing and fear. I peacefully direct the current of my life in every present moment. I like it. I like it. So, a great reminder for all of us, too. So, that is what Spirit has for you right now, Christine. And again, thank you so much for your donation. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. All right. So, I have no other donations. So, we will jump into the free readings at the very top. And hello, Kevin. You're the first comment. And I see you have a question, a couple down below. So, we will get to you here in a moment. Rishi, hey, happy New Year. So you'll be actually my first free reading of the year. Boom. You like to know if you're a victim of black magic. All right. Well, we're going to pull here from the Runic Tarot. Just move that back a little bit. And let's take a look and see what Spirit would like you to know around that. And they do tell me that they're bringing back a story that helped me in regards to the belief around black magic and other people influencing us, like I used to call them energy vampires. These energy vampires, and what Spirit showed me is a great example of, um, in the example they gave me, you have to invite a vampire into your home in order for them to enter. And you hear a knock at the door. You look through the little, the peephole and through the door, and you're like, "Oh, it's a vampire." Number one scenario is you just don't even answer it. You're just like, oh, whatever, and you go back to doing what you were doing, right? So you heard the knock, you look, and you're like, okay, they don't impact you, right? The second scenario was that you open the door and they're all like, let me in, invite me in, and you're like, no, and you close the door. So you interacted with them, but you didn't let them in, right? Third scenario is when you open it up and they're like, invite me in. You have to invite me in. And you're like, well, okay, come in. And then you become their blood bag and their meal, and they just feed on you because you're giving, you invited them in and you're allowing them to do it. I think it was True Blood or one of the vampire movies I watched. Um, you can uninvite them and go, I uninvite you. And then they get thrown out the door. So you can always uninvite them once you've invited them in as well and take your power back. The fourth scenario that they showed is that when you're like, no, I'm not going to invite you in. And they're like, well, according to this contract, and they hold up a contract in their handwriting saying that if you don't invite me in, you have to give me 2 bags of your blood. And so they throw the little 2 bags of blood, blood bags, empty ones to you. And if we pick them up and go, oh, okay. And then we, give them the blood, we give it to them, they stick a straw in, they drink of that energy, and then they throw the bags back. And, okay, I need 2 more. And we just keep giving it until we stop. So it shows that no one has the power over us with black magic or, whatever it may be in our lives. They don't have power over us. We're the only one that can give them the power, and because of what they convince us to do. So I like that for you. And so no one can make you a victim of black magic, but we can be a victim of black magic when we go, okay, come on in, and then we're allowing them to impact our energy. But we can uninvite them and not allow it to impact us. So we are very powerful beings, and I love that energy that they showed. Yeah. And so here comes the magician, the powerful you. I hold the power over my life and no one else. The magician shows that this is like our higher self. We are a conduit. We bring beautiful energy from up above and fill out and bring it into the earth. We don't have to take the energy from the outside world in, but we do, and we learn from that because we came here to experience that. So we don't judge ourselves and going, "Oh, I can't believe." It was like, okay, that was an interesting experience. I invited them in. They bit me. I felt drained. I uninvited them, and now I feel empowered. I'm not scared of it because now I know that I don't have to be. And I like that because you also have the 9 of Wands, which in this scenario, the 9 of Wands is kind of the hermit's journey. Here's all the blocks, the energetic blocks that we have that we put up. And I love that these came out together because the Ace of Wands, or the magic wand they have, is one of these. And we don't realize it when we're not in our power. We are allowing this energetic block to keep us from moving forward. But when we grasp a hold of the Ace of Wands there, the rest of this, when we remove it, it's like Jenga or whatever. When we remove one, all of that just falls down and it removes the block. So I love this empowering message for you because once you do that, once you step into your power, remove this block, you do have Ace of Pentacles, which is new opportunities coming into your life. So I like that for you, Rishi. So thank you so much for asking that question because it does help so many of us that also hear that message. So that's what they have for you. Many blessings and happy 2023 to you. All right. So we will continue moving down the list. And next up is Kritika. So, Kritika, what is coming in your love life in 2023? Let's take a look and see, what does Spirit want you to know about love? All right. So let's see what we have here. Okay. Well, I do like this coming in here for you because you've got The King of Wands, which is about, again, stepping into your power and really super focusing your energy, and the King of Cups, which is balancing heart and mind. They rule over the water, they rule over emotion, but all the kings, both kings, are given air energy too, which is about thought and belief and mindset. So you do have this beautiful passion coming in this year, beautiful emotion coming in this year. But with both kings here also having all that air, here comes the Knight of Swords, which is air energy. And the knights all quest for things. This knight quests for the Ace of Swords, which the Ace of Swords is connecting to the capital T truths of the higher realm that are rooted in unconditional love. And they're in pursuit of that Ace of Swords because that Ace of Swords not only allows them to see that bigger picture, the truer picture from things within. And my computer just hit 1111. So a very strong message of mirroring and reflecting and seeing from a high above, because the 11, I believe, is the Justice card. It's like weighing out the higher knowledge, while at the same time it whittles away and allows us to cut out the small t truths, is what I call them, which are those beliefs and mindsets that are rooted in the fears of losing the conditional love of the outside world. Although supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts around love, it is this removal of those, the cutting away, as we really look at them and reflect on them and go, oh, okay, where did that come from? This thought that I have to, like a relationship belief I used to have is I have to give everything up for them, because that's what you're supposed to do in a relationship is buy friends, even leave jobs, move out of state, do all this stuff. I'm supposed to give up my life for you. And they don't do the same back. And you're like, I'm lifeless suddenly because you have your life and my life, and I have no life. Wow, they've never said it quite that way. I like that though, because that's so true. And then you also have the Five of Wands, which is this. At first, it looks scary, right? But the five is a number of change, moving of energy from one of fear to one of love. And so the story, like in this card, is at first it looks like they're about to burn the witch, right? But what's really happening is they're helping her develop her defensive powers, because with them moving the fire close to her, she is stepping into her inner strength to transform the fire, because that's one of her mutant abilities, let's say. But she's it's not as it appears. So in the beginning of 2023 here, you are what feels like uh, fear and fire and things coming. You are transforming that and transitioning it throughout the year so that you can find the love within you and take on that freedom that comes. Because when we have too many expectations around love, we miss out. Because if we have this very, very thin road of that, how love has to come to us, we miss out on all these opportunities out here, because we're telling spirit and creator, this is how it has to come to me. And they're like, well, this relationship that has to happen in here is on back order for 1,000 years. But if you'll open up and allow creator more leeway in how it comes in and who it is and who you are to be in the relationship, then it allows more opportunities for it to come in. So I like that. So definitely I see passion coming in for you this year and that movement of emotion, but the beginning is about releasing a lot of thoughts and beliefs around love. So I like it for you. So that's what they have, Kritika. Thank you so much. And many blessings to you. Happy 2023. All right. You are very welcome. So we'll continue moving down the list. So Kevin, hello. So we are to you now. Thank you for your patience. And you want to know what spiritual gifts you have access to in this lifetime? Wow. What a great question. Unlimited. We'll see which ones are, I think, we have, you know, access to any spiritual gift, which is amazing. When I asked Barrett this before, we all can channel, we all can have do healing energy, we can do so many things, access higher wisdom. We're powerful supernatural beings, so we have access to any gift. But these characters we choose, like astrology and numerology and all these things, we pick the character that we're going to play. It's like when you play a video game, right? Where you can choose your character, and you choose, each character has certain strengths and certain abilities and certain challenges, and we know beforehand which one we choose, where things come easier. Like mine, I have a ton of Pisces and water in my chart, which gives me, Pisces has this dreamy connection to the psychic world, and it just is an extra step up to where it's easier for me to connect and do channeling and pull cards and get information. But it doesn't mean that someone who doesn't have it can't work. They just have to work a little harder at it to expand the gift. It just, things will come easier for you. So we're going to ask, which of the spiritual gifts did you choose with your personality and this character you're playing? Which ones come easier for you, and are easy to access? Which I have access to in this lifetime. So you have access to them all, but what do you have easy access to is the one that we're going to look at here. All right. All right. What else, please? And we're just going to do a couple. We're not going to do them all, of course. All right. So I'm going to do these first because here we go. We were just talking about the magician. You have a strong power around energy work because you have the Knight of Wands, which is the most fast and powerful wand. I mean, of the wands, but he's the of the knights too. Fastest movement, a lot of energy, a lot of power, and he's in pursuit. It's like the journey is to step into your power and understand how much you're able to do energy work and alter energies, because usually the magician has a wand which they're calling down the energy from up above, bringing it through as a conduit and bringing it down into the world. And so this is a huge message here, definitely, of energy work. And that can be reflected in, I mean, it can be like doing healing energy, like Reiki, Qigong, movement of the chi, movement of this beautiful energy. And I almost feel like, don't limit yourself by the organized energy work. The human likes to organize everything. That's like religion in the beginning was a belief with connection, and then, but the human wants to have organized and um, rules and uh, consistency, and so it creates rules around stuff, and that boxes us in, though. So it's okay to study energy work if you are, and Reiki or whatever, but let that be a stepping stone. Don't let it be the end all be all. It's like organized religion, I never diss it because it's such an important introduction, but it's like a party you go to because people are like, hey, we want you to meet this person because they're just amazing, and that's the creator. They want you to come to their organized religion and go, you just are going to be amazed when you meet them. But just know beforehand that about this about them, about this about them, and this about them, and about this about them, and they're defining and boxing it in. And they're like, yeah, definitely don't do this because they will judge you and send you to hell, whatever your organized religion believes. And then you're like, okay, well, cool. Well, and then you meet them and you're like, wow, they are amazing. But you're like, some of these things that they're saying aren't matching up with like this conversation I'm having with them. And then they want you like, hey, want to go have coffee? Just you and me. You're like, great. That's stepping outside of the organized religion and having a one-on-one relationship with the creator. Then you realize, oh, that's their relationship they have with the creator, but that doesn't have to be mine. Same thing with all your gifts. There's a lot of organization and things that people have. You can look at it, but develop your own relationship with that energy. You don't have to box it in. Like tarot, for me, there's a lot of books about what this usually means and what this was intended to mean. But a lot of times I go like, oh, this isn't the meaning of these cards, but spirit is like, hey, this is you and me. This is our connection. This card, for you and me means this, although for everyone else it may not. And that's the kind of going outside the box thinking that they want for you in regards to that energy. I like it. Then you do have also this, you have the Hermit card, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Temperance card, which all of these together are showing me that you also have this beautiful spiritual gift of grounding. This earth energy and the Hermit and the Temperance just kind of zeroed in on this ability to bring peace into a situation. Uh, and it has to do with what you're picking up. And I believe that has to do with your energy work as well. That, when I feel like you have like a high um, empathic ability where you feel people's emotions. And I know for everyone that's in here, probably you guys all probably have this empathic ability where you're like, oh my God, we know we pick up everyone's emotions. And in the beginning, we feel like it's a curse, like, why do I have to feel everyone's emotions? But that's just a small piece of the gift that we have because um, we get to feel other people's emotions so that we also have the ability to push out emotion. Now, we can't make people choose an emotion. That's our power that each of us have. But we all can make it harder or easier for people to choose love or fear. And we can have love, unconditional love energy. We can push it out into a room and we can change a room. We can also go in and have our low fear energy expand and influence a room. So it's being aware of the power that you have, that you can ground a room, a situation. If someone's like, oh my God, and panicking, without you panicking, with you bringing in your love and you just flood love out to them, and you can see that it just helps them bring down their energy too. So I love those for you. That's what they want you to know right now. I feel like those interact so well together. But that's what they want you to know, Kevin. So I like it. Can't wait to see what you do with that. So many, many blessings to you. All right. So we'll continue. Oh, yeah, well, that makes sense that you're a Cancer sign. So, yep, a lot of water. So that makes a lot of sense. And then also looking at your moon sign, I bet you have maybe an Earth moon sign with that grounding, or a lot of water too. So I like it. All right. So we'll continue moving down the free readings. And thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up that you give the video to. It's free, which is a great price, but sometimes it's like it's just a little thing. But the YouTube algorithm loves likes on videos, and it then wants to automatically share my other videos too with people as recommended. So it helps spread the Zen love. And so thank you for being a part of that love tsunami. I greatly appreciate that as well. All right. So VD Jalan, you are the next free reading. Happy New Year. So what traumas are impacting you? And some advice. All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit would like you to know. They actually want me to move over to the Tarot of Dragons. So let's take a look here. All right. So what would you like VD to know? All right. Love all the blues in here. So it's interesting here because I mean, normally if you'd look at this, it'd be like, wow, what a great, you have the Emperor and you have the Star card, which is wish fulfillment. You have the Four of Cups coming in. But I feel like what the trauma that you have, there's like this hopelessness coming in with this card. And it has to do with this Emperor here, which an Emperor normally is someone who takes control of things. They rule over kings. They're like the king over kings because they rule over all the kings. And so there's like this hopelessness that's attached to this strong individual that was in your life because you have two fours here. The Four of Cups. I feel as like there was this withdrawal of love. Almost seeing this in the opposite. Usually, the Four of Cups shows the three cups of the outside world that feel, empty and don't fulfill us. And then we're offered this Ace of Cups, which gives us a new awareness of love. But I feel like it was withdrawn. Like instead, I feel like it's here and then it gets moved out of the way. And I feel like that was what was happening here, this hopelessness that was inspired by this individual in your life, this Emperor. So this would be, there's the Emperor like has two sides to it. There's a loved Emperor who is loving, and it's someone who shares, their wealth with their kingdom, and they know that when they give to their kingdom, and everyone has an opportunity to excel and that they touch the world because of it. And everyone's like, whoa, we love that emperor. That's the kind of emperor we want. But when, we as humans, we all have a little child self inside of us. And this little child self, when it feels unsafe or out of control, it freaks out. And so it goes out of its loving emperor mind and it goes into a tyrant. It goes into a dictator where they're afraid and they need to feel safe again and in control. So they'll do unintelligent things, unloving and unkind things because they're not in their human mind anymore. They go into this cat mind that is just about wanting to feel safe again. And so it'll do things to try to take control from others, whatever it needs to feel safe again. And it's not personal, but this emperor in your life, unkind, selfish, them first, you had to sacrifice, didn't give you love. They only cared about themselves most of the time. And so it's that kind of personality that just made you feel hopeless, that you didn't feel like you deserved love because you didn't get love from them. And it kind of goes into this almost codependent type of feel that you would have to, like that emperor would tax you 1,000 things so that you could have one. And so you felt very taxed. It was very taxing interacting with this individual when you were young. And so the advice that spirit has regarding those things um, is exactly within the cards here as well. That you get to become and realize you are the emperor of your life. You realize that any love they could have given you isn't going to fulfill you because this Ace of Cups here, this is the chalice, the Holy Grail. It is full of the unconditional love of the higher realms. This is you. You are this star. You are this is your higher self, and you can connect up to your higher self. And that's where you really get to experience this love, this unconditional love. You become the conduit from where this love comes down into your life. And you can even see here that there's water dripping from here. Usually it's a very Aquarian energy where they have, um, you know, two vases or two chalices that they're pouring the water out. That love from above, you get to fill up with that, and it flows out into your water, which is your emotions and your spiritual uh, self. Sorry, it's a little blurry there. And then it also flows out uh, onto the land, which is your outside world in your mind. So it all unfolds and fills up your life that way. So it's the advice spirit gives is like realizing that that emperor was just a little child. It was a little child emperor that when it felt unsafe, it did, you know, uh, stupid stuff, which is what I say. When our human goes into fear, we do stupid stuff. We just do. It's unkind, uncaring, unintelligent because it's a cat mind. Cats are pretty smart, but they also, when they're in fear, they just do, weird thing. There's videos all over the place when a cat freaks out and they fall off stuff, right? So realizing that that's what happened, that it wasn't personal, it was someone freaking out and panicking, that it wasn't mean anything about you, and that you're going to find what you need inward and upward that fills you up. So that is what that they have for you right now. And of course, we always say that when dealing with traumas and medical or legal advice or anything else, that tarot readings, you know shouldn't replace professional assistance too. So there's always counseling and different things. They give great tools for that, but I just have to give that disclaimer too. So that's what they have for you, BD. Thank you so much for your question, and a very merry and happy 2023 for you. All right, so we'll continue going down the list, and thank you so much, Dune, for your donation. So we will step out of line momentarily, and we will take care of your reading, Dune. So thank you so much for that energy exchange. And you want to know what positive things for 2023? Let me take a quick sip here. All right. So let's see what we got going on. You're very welcome, Edie. All right. Positive things for 2023. Can't believe it's 2023 right now. just flew by. I'll be saying this very soon about 2024, right? No, who sat on the remote and sped things up, right? All right. So for 2023, a positive thing here is that you are actually going to take time for yourself, some rest and relaxation, some mother nature, mother nurture. You're going to nurture yourself this year, which is good, right? You're like, really? I'm going to do that. Because you have the high priestess who steps back into her high temple to really look at herself, dive into her emotions, connect to the higher realms. Um, looks behind the veil. So some good alone time is great here. And here's the Queen of Pentacles I was talking about, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, really getting into looking at your own worth in relation to the outside world here too. And then you have the Six of Wands, which is victory, but it also is recognition. And I feel like it's time for you to get the recognition about the inner work that you have done and that you will do. And you're going to feel that recognition from spirit. I feel like this is them, your posse, your guardian angels and your spirit guides, and your loved ones on the other side, your ancestors, whatever you believe those beings of unconditional love and light are. I feel like when you go into your temple and you're nurturing yourself, you really feel it. You feel the recognition within your heart. You just feel this like embrace, this beautiful hug and discomfort. And you just know, it's like you just have this knowing that they are with you and they're like high-fiving you, and you just feel that pride coming through from spirit. And I love that. So definitely take that time because you do have the Sire of Wands, which is the King of Wands. Wands is your drive, your ambition, your passion, your inspiration. So you do have this great ability to get things done and really direct your energy in 2023. It's also kind of the entrepreneur card. So if you are wanting to do a side kind of thing, a side business, or start your own business, this is a great indicator that you have the capacity and the ability to do it. And this also is spiritual energy, which is your highest spiritual energy that you can connect with, which is your higher self. So I feel like this year really starts with you turning inward and upward, and then these amazing things just pour out because of this relationship and this feeling of recognition and of support. You have this kind of courage that just wells up within you to go and do things that you wouldn't do before. You open yourself up more where you wouldn't because you're not afraid as many things as you used to be around business, around career, love, and friendships. And I say love because you also have the Ace of Cups. So not only is this you feeling up within with this higher spiritual love, which this is the chalice, the Holy Grail that's full of the unconditional love from up above, but you fill up and it overflows. And it does bring in, you know, this this new way of looking at love in the outside world, and it does bring a relationship into your life as well. And it could or could not be romantic. It could be friend, business partner, maybe. I was gonna see if they'll let me know here. Yeah, Knight of Cups. So it is Knight. The Knight of Cups is movement of that love. There's the chalice. I love that they have a seal. Let me see if it'll there's a seal inside of it. He has a giddy smile. I like it. He's like, ha ha, polar bear can't get him. But there is this movement of love. That's kind of that for me is like the knight in shining armor romantic type of energy. So I feel like it is romance. You're open to romance this year as well. Um, with that type of business, I feel like is when you spend that time inward, inward and upward, you connect more to your heart, and it's like, what would make your heart sing? Not the supposed to side business, but letting go of the old ways of thinking. You have the Six of Swords, which is leaving rough waters and going into calm waters, leaving old ways of thinking behind and moving into new ways of thinking. So it's like when you connect with your heart to the higher realm, uh, you discover not what you're supposed to make what's supposed to make your heart sing, but what really makes your heart sing. Not all these opinions that have been fed into your brain of, well, this would be a good side business. This would be a good side business. It's like, what's going to make your heart sing? What's going to bring you joy? And that's what you discover and do there. So I like it for you, Dune. So those are the things I want you to know right now about positive things coming in 23, and I like them. So enjoy this beautiful adventure that you're going to have. All right. You are very welcome. All right. So I don't have any other donations. So we'll continue down the list of the free readings. And we are at Monica Seoni. Happy New Year to you too. How will your 2023 be? Let's take a look here and see what they have for you. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. All right. So you do have some wonderful things happening. I know you're like, what is the tower? It's a good thing though, because you have the moon here, which is about cycles and the unknown and I kind of feel like with the combination of these two together, it's like spirit telling you trust. The tower has a message on its own of trust that whatever is removed out of your life is removed for you, and also what is brought into your life is brought in on purpose for a purpose as well. And so, when the tower's burning down, we're like, "Oh my gosh, what's going on?" But if you know it's for you and you know that the tower is gonna be it's an old condemned tower that, had leaking pipes and rats and a leaking roof, and, the foundation was cracking. It's like when that burns down and gets replaced with a brand new upgraded castle, it's like, "Oh, I'm okay with it." Well, know that it will be replaced with an upgraded castle. And the moon card is about cycles and trusting that things happen perfectly, even though they're unknown. There's a lot of unknowns for the future. Just trust the cycles. Like the moon, we can predict the exact time the moon is full, and because we know, we can trust that it's doing its same thing all the time. We can tell around going around the sun, it's all predicted and all fated, and there's so much that's going to happen on purpose for a purpose in its proper cycles. So they're like, trust that as it's unfolding, because you do get the Page of Swords, which one is new communication that will be coming in for you, significant communication. But I love the butterfly here too, which was transformation of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. This year, you do get to see things more and more and more from a higher perspective, more rooted in unconditional love. And you are releasing a lot of fears, a lot of things that have been making you feel restricted and small and held back. So as these things unfold, as these things happen, your belief about certain things also gets pulled away and burns down, and it frees you up though. They I don't know if they have in this one. Usually in the tower card, they like the original one, you don't see any doors around the tower at all, which means the people that were up in there were trapped. They couldn't get out. They were stuck. But this lightning bolt coming like blew them out of the tower, which freed them. And that's what I feel comes in for you too, is this freedom that comes. You do have this coming in here too. So you have the Knight of Pentacles, which is slow moving. It takes time for things to unfold, but you do have love coming in with the Lover's card. So this is coming in for you. It's just a slow process. And the reason why it goes slow is because part of all this, stuff that's going on here for you is allowing you to discover a new way of looking at yourself in relation to the outside world, which frees you up, which allows your love vibration, your self love vibration to vibrate at a higher level, which does attract and draw in this love. And it's happening on purpose for purpose, because when we do what we always did, we get what we always got, and you're done getting that same type of person, that same mirror, and you are in this process of releasing yourself from a lot of things to raise that vibration where you draw in someone more in alignment with where you're headed rather than where you came from. So I do like that for you for 2023. All right. So that's what they have, Monica. Many blessings to you and happy 2023 for you. All right. So Mars, you are the next free reading that is up here. So whose energy were you feeling within you? Was it J or Virgo? You just know it has to be one of them. Well, let's see what Spirit says here. So get another quick drink here. Excuse me. All right. So let's see. Is it J? Well, 3 cards for J, or was it Virgo? right. So the energy I feel is J because you got the the Sire of Wands, which is a ton of energy. You have the Four of Cups, which is, of course, emotional energy, and but you have the Nine of Swords too, which is a lot of this is the fears, right? And so I feel like maybe you even dreamed. Did you have dreams? Because this would be the insomnia or nightmare card or dreaming card. That there's these fears that were involved in it too. Um, but especially with the King of Wands there, I feel like that's the most energy there. Because with the Virgo, we have the Six of Pentacles, which is more grounded energy, which would be, of course, Virgo energy, and the Hierophant, which is this is more looking into your own truths and thoughts and beliefs. Feels very grounded for me. Where I feel like the energy that you were feeling was more volatile, if that makes sense, more fiery, more just like, what is this energy? It's like it just felt like surges, and I feel like it was more Jay's energy, and maybe you were picking up their fears. Now that I look at this, this is their energy that you were picking up on, that they have, uh, you know, uh, fears of losing conditional love, and they have a lot of I just feel like they have a ton of fears, all of these little individual monsters that are trying to hurt them, right? Because this is them. And but I feel like this is the energy that you were feeling was from Jay, because the Virgo seems very grounded, which that's what Virgos do, right? But that's what I have for you, Mars. So it was Jay's energy that you're picking up on, their fears that are going on in their life right now. All right. So that is what we have. And let's take a look here. And Crystal, you said you're about to make a donation. I don't see it yet. So as soon as you do, we will jump to yours. But I don't have any emails or any there. So as soon as you do, I will definitely honor that energy exchange and jump out. So while we're waiting, you're very welcome, Monica. We'll continue going down the list. So Christy, Happy New Year. You'd love an angel message for this new year. Absolutely. And I do want to grab here from, this sacred forest oracle for you. So this will be what your angels want you to know about this year. Hope everyone's having a great first day of this new year. And I had an old posting that I found on Facebook today from 9 years ago, where it said, hope you're having a happy new year, and if you're not, it's your own dang fault. I'm like, wow, that's right, it is. Because we get to choose, right? So I love that. Here is your angel message. You have the Secret Spring Success. Look at that beautiful card. That is card number 34. All things are possible. Wow, what a great message for 2023. The more you honor and celebrate the success that you already have, the more success pours into your life. And the more you feel it, the more love, prosperity, fame, and fortune you will have. Act as if and feel as if you are wildly successful, and even more success will develop. Accept that you are already thriving. You are, and the more victories will emerge. If a situation seems to knock you down, get up and take a moment to explore what you learned and then keep going. In Celtic tradition, secret springs were magical. Water was the source of life, and in their legends, mystical beings would emerge out of the springs and later return through them. So, fairy queens and mythic heroes were said to have emerged from the springs, and these sacred well springs were a place to commune with the divine. Good fortune bless those who honored the spirit of the secret spring. And the spirit of the secret spring says to you, success is flowing into your life. Vitality and a glowing, youthful renewal of your body are occurring. Now is the time to take action in support of your dreams. There's no need to struggle. The universe has your back. Wow. Boom. So it's a year to take step towards your dream. You definitely have success all around there. So I'm excited for that, Christy. So let's get to it. I like it. I like it. All right. So that's what they have for you, Christy. Many, many blessings to you. All right. All right. So we'll continue going down the free list here. So, hey, Brenda. Happy New Year to you. Will your problem get solved this year? All right. So I'm getting a message before the cards that they're saying the problem isn't that you have a problem, it's that it's what the thoughts that you have around the problem. And when you change your thoughts, then the problem is resolved. So let's see what else they have here through the cards. Okay. Well, that would make total sense because your first two cards are all about thinking and thoughts, right? And so we have the Knight of Swords, which is movement of thought. And so here's the problem, the thoughts about the problem. And here is this is how the problem makes you feel, right? Because the Eight of Swords, which again is all about thinking, thoughts, beliefs, mindsets, expectations. When we realize that it's our own thoughts that are keeping us feeling blinded and bound and trapped, then that is what sets us free. So this movement of thought and belief transitions and transforms things. You know, when we have a supposed to be, a should be, a need to be, a have to be, a must be, these opinions that we were given through our human mind, from our human perspective, we're like, this is how it is supposed to happen, right? When this thing, I deserve this thing, I get this thing, people deserve this. You know, we have all these rules that are created, which is the Three of Swords. This is the heartbreak, the disappointment. When we have expectations, expectations equal disappointment. And we have the Knight, I'm sorry, not the Knight, but the Sire of Wands, which is the King of Wands, taking our power back. And so this is definitely saying that if you look at your expectations, if you step into the Knight here, pursuing capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love, this Ace of Swords not only allows you to see things from a unconditionally loving point of view from up above, it also allows you to cut away these expectations, these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are rooted in the fears of losing conditional love, the fears of what does it mean when these things happened, all the stories we applied to everything, it cuts those away. And it allows you to step into your power and allows you to step forward. So the problem gets resolved this year if your thoughts about the problem get resolved this year, which I have no doubt you will, because you've been doing amazing inner work around things. And so it's just a matter of time before it clicks that it's not the situation that's causing me all this pain inside. It's my thoughts and beliefs around the situation that are. So I like that freedom that comes in there for you, Rinda. So many, many blessings to you. It's going to be a freeing year for you. I just know it. I can feel it. All right. So that is what they have. All right. And I do have a few donations, so we'll step out of the free readings momentarily to complete these. And this is a perfect time. I've been on for exactly an hour. I will be on for another hour. So I like to give a public service message, and this is the perfect time to do it. That, free readings, I do go down in order, first come, first serve. But when there's a donation, I do step out of line, complete those. And once I'm done, I go back in order and continue to move down. So if you want to make sure I do get to your reading in this session, a donation of any kind does prioritize your reading, because I do honor that energy exchange between us to complete those. So that is it. That is your public service message. Now we return back to the regular scheduled program. And Renee, hello, you are up. Let me just take a quick sip here. I am having a great new year. Hopefully you are as well. So we'll take a look here and let's see, for Renee, how is Manny viewing you in this moment? right now. Through binoculars, through your window, you're like, what? I'm just kidding. That's not how he's viewing you. All right. So, yeah, here you have the temperance card, slow mover coming in. Here's that going back and forth between the cups. It takes time. It's in slow motion. Um, and I kind of feel like, because this was on either side of the temperance here, which I feel like it's you and them. So they view you as someone who is in touch with their emotions, and I feel like they know you have an intuition and a gut. You might just know things or pick up on things around how people are feeling, and they're like, "How did you know that? How did you know I was going through a rough time? How did you know that I was feeling sad even though it was all smiles?" You really, uh, you know, I feel like they see that way, and that you're, this reminds me of like Mother Luna, because because you have such a huge heart, you can be very emotionally supportive of people, that nurturer comes out. And so they see you as that nurturing person. And I feel like they feel themselves as this emperor. Dun, 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 they just feel they see themselves as very stoic, and, there's these big walls around them, around their emotions. Um, and they see you as someone you have a secret key. Like, how did you get in? How do you know the stuff about me? How do you know how I'm feeling? I kind of feel like they're a little taken aback sometimes, that they think they're all well inside of this big wall protecting their heart and their emotions. And then you tap them on the shoulder and they turn around and you're there. You're like, hi. And they're like, how did you get in here? And I kind of feel like they're feeling a little vulnerable with you right now, which is all right. Because here you have the strength card, which this journey that they're on. Because here's them, this is our human side, this is their higher self, and they're on this journey of understanding that the outside world things haven't been making them feel like full and whole and not satisfying, right? And so they are kind of in this inner reflection type of mode that's going on too. So they're realizing all the stuff that was supposed to make them feel full and complete, and my stomach just growled. And not filling up their stomach is growling, like their soul is growling for more. Yeah, because here's the shaman, so they are trying to connect to their higher selves. They do have this journey here. I mean, what they got, four major arcana and the queen. So they are going through this part of their life here. um you know this energy. So, um, you know, you can't uh, just continue being you. Just continue being that big heart. because they're on their little, um, that inner journey, that inner connection, trying to really find what is going to make me feel happy in life. And the only thing that you can do with all that is be love, be that huge heart you are, and just be it. And that helps them on their path because you can't change minds. His mental stuff he's going through are his own. But if you just continue to radiate love, that impacts their heart. And that's where change happens, is in the heart. So you can just continue to show love. Yeah, lovely. Be lovely. Love Renee Lee. That's right. So that's what they have for that. And I see you have another question. I'll get to that one here when I complete these other two. So thank you again so much for your donation, Renee. All right. So the next donation up is Toka Fan 41. And let's take a look here. So you apply to transfer to the concierge at your current job. If the front desk will be overall better path for you. Okay. Every job, yeah, every opportunity, right? Yeah, let's take a look here. So we'll see what is for your highest experience, the concierge or the front desk. So we'll pull energies for both, and you can decide which is more in alignment with what you want. So this is the concierge, and then what about the front desk? All right. So concierge. Yeah, so concierge does show you here the, 6 of cups is the past. Um, so this is like whatever past job that you're doing, the chariot shows movement, it shows, choice and, okay, so you're currently at the cafe. Okay, yeah, so cafe, would be your current job. Whatever job you've been doing, it's showing movement away from it. Because this is like movement away brings you victory. It brings you this power of choice too, which I like this coming in here saying that no matter what job you end up in, you get to choose what it means and you get to choose what you feel as you go through it. Yeah, that makes sense because this is like movement, huge movement, right? Because yeah, it's like there aren't toxic events, we have toxic thoughts about events. Because we could also choose to go, okay, so this is a challenging situation, but I can grow from it, in the end. And you have the two of wands that comes into that flipped out kind of in between both piles, which is you get to choose wherever you focus your energy is what grows. It's like if you focus in on your fears or what you don't want in a situation or um, what do you feel is missing, that grows and that expands. But if you focus on what you're grateful for, what you do want in your life, focus on joy and laughter and peace and unconditional love, that expands as well. So the concierge front desk, let's take a look here and see. Okay. All right. Yeah, I like this for you. So you have 6 cards for that one. So I kind of feel like they're going, to that one, right? Because you have the magician card, which is stepping into your power, knowing that you have everything you need within you to make things happen. You also have the page of wands here, which is you stepping into your power. So that's you grabbing these basically together are almost the same card because this is you stepping into your power, wielding the ace of wands. The magician usually has the ace of wands in his hands, and you have the 6 of pentacles. I'm sorry, sire of pentacles, which is the king of pentacles, which is about abundance, success, and also they have a great wisdom that they provide in that they realize that It's like they look at their worth uh, in relation to the outside world in a different way because they grow and they realize they've got everything they need inside them, that the outside world doesn't define them, that they define themselves through that love they find within and this power they find within. So I really like that. Um, the Hierophant is here, which is the card of change, and it's also about you finding your truth within you. And again, it's like the outside world has all its supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and all those opinions, but this is you really stepping into your power and understanding what it is that you want, and that becomes your source of strength because you know what you want and you don't care what happens on the outside world, which this is what expectations equal disappointment. These are all the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, the musts, all those opinions of people telling you all your life on, how things are supposed to unfold, who you're supposed to be, blah, 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 right? Well, here's the emperor. It's you stepping up and going, I roll my life. I decide. I am the one who controls my fate, no one else. And so I like this because it's a four is a number of stability. So um, yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's a fear of what if I fail? There's no failure unless you decide it's a failure. I think I have a quote from Thomas Edison. It says something like he's the guy that invented light bulbs, I think. He was light bulbs. It's like, I did not fail 10,000 times. I successfully found 10,000 ways that did not work. And it has to do with their choice. And now he's well known in history because that was his attitude. It wasn't like, oh, I failed, so I stopped. They just looked at it as like, okay, that's one way that it didn't work. Let me find a different way. And it's their attitude and that power of choice that they have behind everything that changes it all. So yeah, absolutely. What's the worst that could happen, right? They don't go up, you failed, we're taking you out back and you know, if you don't do something and you're new, they're going to train you, they're going to help you. You have the capacity, the ability. If you absolutely hate it, then you'll find something else that's more in alignment with your heart. It's not like you're signing a life contract, right? So, very well. I love that for you. So, thank you again so much for your donation and many blessings to you. Good luck. I'm excited for you. All right. So, Ellie, you are up next. You'd like a general readings. Blessings from Ireland. All right. Thank you so much for your donation. And I do want to pull from the Queen of the Moon Oracle for you. Let's see what they have for you. All right. What would you like Ellie to know? All right. That's the one right there. All right. I like this one for you. You got the abundance card. Very fiery. That is card number 38. It's the Hunter Moon. Yep. So take advantage of this time of abundance, Ellie. It's all around you. Possibility and opportunity are everywhere. You are open and responsive to the abundance around you. There is enough for everyone. Oh, well, there you go. So the hunter moon is the traditional moon of plenty, and it is when game was its most plentiful, so the people would not go hungry. The moon was large and bright in the sky, and in some cases deep orange, and there was a great deal of light to go hunting well into the evening. Our ancient ancestors couldn't just go off to the supermarket to buy what they needed to eat. Meat didn't come on trays wrapped in plastic. Eggs were gathered, warm clothing was made from skins of the same animals that were hunted for meat, and nothing was wasted. This abundance was part of a cycle just like any other. It wasn't present all the time, So this time of year was to be taken advantage of while the going was good. The barrenness of winter would soon return. So hunters had to be prepared. They had to have their weapons ready and their tracking skills honed. As modern people, we are less used to these natural cycles of plenty and barrenness because most of us have stepped away from growing food in the natural environment. However, these cycles are still there, even if we're not part of them consciously. And this moon normally rises in October in the northern hemisphere, and so was before the winter snows. And the companion stone for that is citrine. So if you are into stones and crystals, citrine is a good stone to have. I don't think I have any like right here, but it's a beautiful oranges um, type of color to it, which definitely will help you hone in the abundance that's coming in for you there. Let me see what they have here for you too. Yeah. Yeah, so there it has been a time here of, kind of hibernation in a way. It feels like you've been having this pause with the Hanged Man here, seeing things from a higher perspective, but you things are about to unfold. We here with the Full card. They're really about to step off into a new journey, and things are really gonna open up here for you. So, um Oh, very good. And you have the Page of Cups, which is newness. So there is this newness, this new abundance, this new fullness that's flowing in. That can be around love. It can be around whatever abundance has been feeling like it's been stagnant and been kind of held back. It's about to flow and move forward for you. And I have 1212 on my computer just now that jumped out at me. So definitely a wonderful, wonderful flow and abundance is about to begin for you. So, buckle up, Buttercup. Things are about to just flood in, but take advantage of this time and save. Save up for a winter that is going to come up. So I feel like there's going to be a cycle here of huge amount of abundance, and then it'll get quiet, and then another abundance. I just feel like it's like on this um, infinity symbol, up and then up, and then it goes down, up, and so it's kind of an up and down and up and down. So just be aware that the little dry spell comes so that you don't have a huge harvest and eat it all and then you starve during the winter. So I like it for you, Ellie. So that's what they have for you. Again, thank you so much for your donation. Greatly, greatly appreciate that. All right. And Renee, thank you for your second donation here. So, is it your highest good and purpose to work at SER? Yes, sir. You as well, Ellie. Happy New Year. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Because you have the Eight of Cups, which is you're leaving behind emotions that are no longer serving you, headed off to the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. Ace of Cups, so new passion, new joy coming in there, with where you're, at that company, moving there. You have the Chariot card, which is victory and movement. So they're basically saying yes, 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 yes. And if that didn't tell you, then you have the Wheel of Fortune. So it's like, yeah, this is the turning of events. This is definitely part of your fated journey that's unfolding. And they're definitely saying that this is meant meant for you there. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah. Seven of Cups. So they understand the emotional confusion, excuse me, that can be around you with so many choices, so many things that you can do, that it can be almost overwhelming, like a little kid in a candy store, right? It's like there's so many things out there, so many, so many. But they're saying just Realize it's your own thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets that make you feel like restricted and trapped, and that you can't go somewhere. Um, and the Tower card here is just trusting that what is removed out of your life is removed out of your life for you, and what's brought into your life is brought into your life on purpose. Just don't let your thoughts and mindsets around things restrict you and keep you small and keep you feeling trapped. They, which is your spirit guides and communion with my spirit guides with spirit, and the giant sea of love, the big they are all one anyway. So it's definitely, uh, yeah, the big uh, smart ones. The Ace of Wands too. So new inspiration, new fire, new passion, new power. So definitely a huge yes, yes, yes. It's in your highest good and purpose to work there. So definitely good things happen there. Doesn't mean that's where you're gonna live. Like you live at work. Where that's where you're gonna live the rest of your life. But it is definitely part of your fated events. Yeah, because you have the Four of Cups. I feel like it's one of the cups that you experience, but it's not ultimately where you end up here with the Four of Cups. So you are very welcome, and thank you again for your multiple donations that you make, and thank you for trusting me to connect to spirit for you. All right. So I think that is all of the donations up to this point. So thank you, thank you. We'll return to the free readings, and we left off at Alex. What are R's feelings for you right now? Let's take a look and see what they have here. So what are R's? Yes, and Happy New Year to you too. I see your other comment there. Okay. So we got the Page of Pentacles here and the Emperor. And I feel like right now, I mean, they've got passion here for you. So you have the Eight of Wands, passion, passion, and a lot of it. They also have a lot of energy going on in their outside world. I feel like with this Emperor card, they're really trying to get things under control in their outside world. There's this new opportunity that's rising in their world, and they're trying to get their hands around everything, because the Eight of Wands just feels like an abundance of emotion that's just or energy, a lot of activity around them, that just they literally feel like they're being like there's all these fires they have to put out around them. And so they have all this, but I feel like they're so distracted by their own life and their own things that are going on, that that's why there's no action that's going on there. Just trying to see what anything else around that at all. Okay, what do we got here? Yeah, so they have all this stuff that's turning I almost feel like the wheels, zzz, like the wheel of fortune. It's going fast, fast. So much stuff, all this new stuff that's in their life going on, that they're just totally consumed with their own life. They have passion there, but they're like, I got all this stuff, and I know I kind of feel like one of my relationships, I learned so much because I felt like they had so much going on in their life like this, and I felt like my human side, of course, was looking at it as they're trying to fit me in between the important things, and it didn't feel good. But then spirit, post reflection, spirit was like, well, what did you learn from that? And I'm like, that some people get too busy for you. And they're like, but what did you learn about yourself? When you look in that mirror, what do you see? And I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, how were you trying to fit yourself in between important things? And I'm like, oh wow, that was so true. And so this is a beautiful time for you to kind of go, okay, how am I not allowing myself to be important in my own life? So something to possibly look at there if that resonates. All right, but that's what they have for you, Alex. So many, many blessings for you. All right. So continue going down the free list, and we are to Shravani Nagosi. All right. All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know about your soul purpose. We're going to switch back over to the runic tarot, and let's see what we have there. All right. So, what is your soul purpose? Let's see what they'd like you to know around that. Okay. Sorry, my cards are shedding. They must be getting old. All right. And okay. How can you start working on it? All right. So, soul purpose of they're actually showing here the 9 of cups, which is wish fulfillment. And the 8 of swords here is representing your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets of the supposed to be, the should be, and the need to be that make you, feel blinded and bound and restricted. So this represents like dreams that are given to you, like people telling you what your purpose is supposed to be, right? The dreams that are handed to us going, this is what you need to do with your life and who you should be and accomplish and blah 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 blah. It's all these opinions that we're all given throughout life. And that's what Spirit is saying. How you can work on discovering your soul purpose, because when I'm looking at this, they're saying the journey to discover your soul purpose is an important piece for you, because you cutting these away, discovering it's your own thoughts and own beliefs of the fears of losing conditional love and not pleasing people in the outside world. The more you cut this away, the more this takes precedence, and you get to discover what makes your heart sing. How do you uniquely want to share the unconditional love within your heart with the world? Because one, our soul purpose here is for the journey to experience life, to experience all these opposites here so we can understand more fully who we are. That's our primary purpose. So it draws us here. Like this tapestry I talk about a lot. We are this bright, bright light, or we're the beige in this case. We're a bright beige. And if we didn't experience all these shadows, we wouldn't get to experience and understand this is who we are right here. But surrounding ourselves with shadow, with experiences in the human world, the fears of losing conditional love, by experiencing our opposites, we get a clearer picture of who we are. So that's just our ultimate soul's reason for coming to this, beautiful plane of existence where it's the only place we can experience our opposites. Um, but then while we're here, we also, because we're such loving beings and multitaskers, we also want to go know how can we help our fellow brothers and sisters and other souls with their journey here. And so we help others by expressing the love within our heart in whichever way, and that's what we get to discover. That's part of the journey and the unfolding, because in addition to discovering your wish fulfillment, you have 2 nines here. The nine's the hermit's journey, which is the inner journey, and the Knight of Wands is represents what blocks we perceive, these energetic blocks that don't allow us to move forward. But discovering our power by our inner journey is what allows us to remove one of these, and then the block just crumbles, because it was the one that was holding the block up, because we didn't want to move beyond this until we understood our power. And that's where you find your soul purpose, is by finding your inner power and moving beyond this block. So it's actually like over here. Excuse me. And you have the moon coming in here too, which the moon is about diving deep into the unknown, understanding yourself, connecting to the higher realms. So there is this beautiful, beautiful awareness that you discover by diving into the unconscious and the subconscious to your higher self and your spiritual self. So the more the more you go on this inner journey here with like the nines being the hermit journey and the moon being, kind of like it feels like high priestess energy where she steps away from it all, make sure that they're spending time with themselves, going inward and upward. That's where you discover that which makes your heart sing. And then you do have the Ace of Pentacles, which does open up the opportunities that come forward when you do that. So that's what they have for you, Shwani. So let it be a fresh start and go inward and upward. And the more you connect to that unconditional love in your heart, the more clearly, especially as you get rid of all these thoughts about the supposed to's, uh, that you are able to connect and see what it is you truly want to do. So I like it. So I can't wait to see what you find out, but that's what they want you to know. So there you go. Many blessings to you. All right. So next up for the next free reading is Toshi. And I love the candy bars because my stomach's growling. I'm hungry now. I wasn't hungry earlier, but now I'm hungry. So we'll take a look at your question. And I'm about 30 minutes away from the end of this session. I'm trying to keep myself to 2 hours each session. So I know the list gets, for the free readings, gets very long very fast. So I'd like to make sure people know as I'm getting close to the end that if you do want to make sure I complete your reading in this session, that a donation of any kind, I honor that energy exchange and I do step out of the free readings and I make sure to complete those. I know not everyone is able to donate. Totally understand that for sure. And I'll talk more about here toward the end some other options to get information from Spirit today. I will be, of course, coming back tonight. I'm on every night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and just also Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain. So that's what we have for now. Let me jump back here, and I'll try to get through as many free readings as I can. All right. So Toshi, you want to know, will this year be good for your father, your mother, and your brothers and sister-in-law? All right. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know around. Let's do father and mother first, since they're kind of this partnership, right? And then let's look here at your brother and sisters-in-law. We'll do them separate here. All right, you got 2 and 3. So I like this for your father and your mother, because the star card is a wish fulfillment card. So that is some great blessings coming into them this year. What they'll what is keeping them from that, which they will work through, is the 7 of Swords is their own thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets that are stealing away joy, stealing away things from them. So as they understand that it's their own thinking about things that keeps them from experiencing happy things, as soon as they do that, things just come flying in where they feel like just these beautiful blessings that come into their life. So I like that. And oh yeah, and then your brothers and sisters-in-law, really, I mean, the King of Pentacles, an abundant year, some wonderful things coming in. They've been doing work, so they do the work, they really apply themselves. And the Eight of Pentacles is like an apprentice who's been studying under a master. Work, 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 and been really applying themselves. But then this year is when they're ready to move up in the world. Things start moving in the outside world, which brings them into this beautiful abundance that comes in here too. And I feel like a lot of them have been working on their own sense of worth in the outside world, because that's something else the King of Pentacles brings in. And I'm really zeroing in on here on them really um, shining up and working on their self-worth as well. Now, they do so well that they actually, it's almost like they are honored, where they're put up on a hill, where they're in this great place, but there's other people that don't appreciate that. uh, so they might have some people that, you know, uh, voice their discontent with their success. But if you're able to be there for them and let them know when it happens, like, people that don't celebrate other people's success and that badmouth them and are basically, I don't like you to be happy. I'm miserable. Get back down here and be miserable with the rest of us. It's because they feel low about themselves. And it's not about them, about your brother and sisters in law. It's just that these people feel low about themselves. And that's why they're blah, 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 blah. So if you can let them know, you don't have to take it personally or defend yourself. It's just that these people, it's a cry for love. It's a cry for from their low self-worth, that we can help raise them up, especially with all the work that they've done on raising their own self-worth. They can possibly help raise them up too. So I like that. All right, Toshi. So that's what they have, and what a blessing for you to ask about them and not yourself. All right. So, Marie Jones, you're the next free reading coming up here. And so, Happy New Year to you too. It's like a money reading for 2023. Let's see. What about the money? Money. What is going to go on with Marie in 2023 about money? All these E. All right. Anything else? Right, we got 2 cards here. All right, so we'll pull another card here after this too, because I feel like here around money, the 10 of Swords is a good card to get, because the swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our expectations, and these are all the supposed tos and the shoulds and the need tos and the have tos. They get exhausting trying to live up to all these ideas we have around money. And the Queen of Swords here shows you connecting to a higher realm, to those capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love. And it's double edged, because not only do you get to see things from a higher, different perspective, this helps cut away all of those. And so they really are, Spirit is like nudging you to look at these beliefs you have around money. Because I feel like there's some blocks that come from there. When we have a fear of not having enough, when we have all the attention on what's missing, or it can expand those. And I do feel here, especially with the 5 of Pentacles coming out here, this is a change of our feelings and our awareness of lack. This is like one of my poster child cards for my life, of looking into, what does it mean not having enough? Feelings of abandonment, left out in the cold, left behind. And it is known as like a lack card, because the Pentacles is the coin suit, the outside world. But there's this transformation that happens around all of this for you, because we move from looking at the outside world as the one that brings us our sustenance in each moment. And we have fears around not having enough, because if we are depending upon humans to make sure we have what we need in each moment, we have every right to fear that, because a human goes into fear themselves. They withdraw support. They just go into self-survival mode, and you're just like, what about me? And they're like, who are you? I'm just protecting myself. But the transformation that happens with the 5, the number of change, is that we realize it's not humans that bring us what we need in each moment, but it's Creator, Spirit, Source, whatever you believe your higher power to be, that they are always going to make sure we have what we need in each moment. Maybe not what we want, and maybe not everything we needed for the future in this moment, so we feel security, but we learn to build this trust in Spirit that each moment we're going to have what we need, what we absolutely need. And they won't pull back their support like humans would, because they have unconditional love for us, meaning no conditions at all on what they can do to lose it. and it's eternal, it's lasts forever, and they do keep giving us what we need in each moment. And they love us so much, they're going to usually give us more than we just need, unless it's for our experience in the moment. They're like, all right, this will allow you to be free. It's always for us that they do everything right. But you do have this transformation around abundance there. And then once you develop that trust and the release of a lot of the fears from the past, then the Knight of Wands comes in, fast moving fire. It's all this energy that we invest in the fear of not having enough. Then suddenly our life is just full of so much energy, so much wonderfulness. Um, so this energy, this power returns back to you. Yeah. And then you have the Wheel of Fortune. And then things turn for you. So, which is for you. It's the tune of four. It's for you. It's fortunate. Your human side even feels like it's fortunate with the change that happens and is made. So I do like that for you, Marie. Like I said, that's my poster child card. Worth and um, fear of not having enough was a huge. I have a stellium in the second house, which is about possessions and money and abundance. So it's been my life path. So I understand it completely. So I love it for you though, because the freedom that has come. I mean, there's things like, uh, in my life, it's like, well, I have my website renewal coming up. Where am I going to get that money? And then the next day, someone, booked a reading for me for the exact amount. And I'm like, oh, okay. They're like I said, I got you. And I'm like, I trust you. I trust that spirit. But that's what they have for you, Marie. So I like it for you. That the Wheel of Fortune is the great card to have at the end, because it does turn for you and shows you new abundance. So I like it. You are very welcome. All right. And I do have a donation. Jaded Kate, thank you so much. Oh, no. I'm glad we're virtual. And I'm so sorry. I know a lot of people that have gotten COVID. It's still hanging around. So we send you lots of love and light for a quick recovery and take care of you. So let's see here. You want to know how can you improve communication with your spirit guide? All right. Does he have any message for you? You like his no nonsense attitude. Oh, awesome. Yep. So many of them are very sassy. So how can you improve communication with your spirit guide? Okay. I like it. So here they are, your spirit guide behind you. I like it. So that's definitely, they're like, date me. That's how would you improve communication with someone you wanted to date and who you loved? Ah, right? That's great. Well, they speak our language, right? But yeah, this like, how would you, um, right? They're like, date me. I want you to, um, you know, take me on a date with you. So let's go out together, just you and me. Stop trying to cheat on me with other people. I'm in the love of your life, treat me like it. So they are being very sassy. I also, they want me to pull a dragon oracle card for you because they breathe fire. Um, so I love that. So let's see what they have here. So that's how you improve communication, like you would with someone you love. Spend time with me. Um, speak my language. Like they're like, I always hear you, but to hear them, it's hard for us to hear their whispers of them when it's so noisy, right? And so they're like, when you do things to purposely turn down the fear noise and the chaos in your life, and you turn up unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter and gratitude. That's the vibration at which they speak. So to hear them more distinctly, you turn down the fear noise and turn up the other things. And you do that with the Lover's card is like emotional choice. Each moment we choose either an emotion of fear of losing conditional love or of unconditional love. And the more we focus our energy on unconditional love and those other things of the higher realms, the more clear. It's like in the olden days on a radio, before it would automatically search and tune in for the perfect, clear, um, tuning of the radio station, you had to turn it. You had to turn it back and forth and get it to the right spot, and then you would hear things clearly, and that's that tuning that they're mentioning there. And then you got the Earth and Water Dragon. And that says, create the foundation for new growth. A fresh start is coming with new opportunities. Nurture your ideas and harvest the abundance. Oh, wow. How funny. Yeah, that makes sense. Let me see. Let me find the Earth and Water Dragon. All right. So it says the fourth dimensional brown and green earth and water dragons bring the blessing of a new opportunity. They synchronize the energy and timing to ensure it blossoms. So the element of earth enables us to ground our projects, while the element of water enables us to flow with them. When combined in the earth and water dragon, these are very auspicious qualities. When mixed together in the physical world, earth and water create mud, which is excellent for the growth of seeds. So their guidance for you right now is if you are planting a tree, you place its roots into the soil and make sure it has a good foundation. Then you activate its growth with water. In due course, you harvest the fruit. The more effort you put into providing the perfect conditions for the tree, the better the crop. This card is showing you this is a good time to create. With the gracious assistance of the earth and water dragons, you can lay a strong foundation for your future. This card does suggest it's time to start a new phase of your life. Fresh opportunities may be presenting themselves to you, so be ready to nurture any ideas or visions that come to you. They will enable you to know intuitively what is right for you and to harness your creativity. They will help you to generate the right conditions to succeed. They will motivate you to put in the necessary work, for this is an important step, and then you can harvest your abundance. Most importantly, they will help you to take things lightly. Lighten up, woman. So listen to your inner wisdom. The time for action is now. So I like that for you. They're going to help you lighten up for sure, right? But I do like that. So you do have, yeah, and then you have the Ace of Pentacles on the bottom. So new opportunities that are coming up for you here. So I do like that. So that's how they want you to connect with them. And the messages they have for you is like, now's the perfect time. We're going to make mud cakes. We got this mud. It's the perfect time to plant something new and to put energy into it. So this is the time. If you were wondering if you should or should not, move forward, this is them saying absolutely yes. All right. So that is what they have for you, Jaded Kate. So many, many blessings to you. Enjoy that interaction with Mr. Sassy Pants. Yeah, yeah, don't get stuck in the mud, right? Don't be a stick in the mud. Yeah, I can see a mud fight. That's the kind of thing they would do. You're just sitting there being all serious, and here comes this mud across your face there. All right. So that is what they have for you. And then, yes, I did get your donation, Dune. So let's take a look here. Thank you for that. Can you see you moving out of Sweden in the long run? All right, let's take a look here. All right. Hey, Shrim Singh, I do see your question. And so I know sometimes in YouTube it doesn't show up. So you don't have to keep posting it. I do see that. And I am going to be on for about 10 more minutes. So anyone that's come in since my last mention here, I try to get through as many free readings as I can in 2 hours, but I do accept donations to get priority because I do honor that energy exchange. So I do have a donation that I'm going to do now. And then if I don't have any other donations, I'll pop back up, try to get as many as I can in. But if you do want to make sure I get to your reading in this session, a donation of any kind does get priority. And I will make sure I get that here um, in this reading, in this session. I do also have a ton of free content that I put out. So if I'm unable to get down to you and you're unable to make a donation, I totally get it. But if you click on my name, Bretta Zen Mystic Tarot, it'll take you over to my main page and you'll see all the playlists. I have pick a card readings, weekly energy updates, monthly readings, solstice, equinox readings, portal readings, a lot of free content. So just follow your heart and spirit will guide you to the reading that has messages for you. I also will be back here in about little over 6 hours. I will be back at 7 p.m. Mountain tonight. So if you want to wait until then and try to show up, then do that as well. I do post the announcement an hour before that, which you can start asking questions there to get on the list for the free readings as well. And I do offer personal readings on a sliding price scale, which all that information is also in the description box down below. All right, so that's been the public service message. Dune, let's take a look here. Moving out of Sweden in the long run. Will you? All right. That's a yes. The Chariot card, one of the major movement cards, and it's a victory too. So you do move out of there with lightning speed. Your cat's pulling your chariot. Let's take a look here. Okay, that was a lot of cards. Let me just see here what else they want you to know about moving out of Sweden. And thank you guys so much too for all the thumbs up that you've given given the reading to. It helps spread the Zen love. It's a little small thing to do, but it does help be part of the tsunami of love. So thank you guys so much who have done that as well. All right. So it does show here that the hermit journey, and I feel like maybe here lately you have been kind of feeling like you are being pulled inward. And it's to look at this, the seven. It's funny because you have the chariot, which is about, the movement, and you have the seven of swords, which is your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets, I feel, about movement out. Any kind of fears that you have about making the move. During this kind of pulling back and spending time really looking at what do you feel your obstacles are, what do you feel is holding you back. This seven of swords is what is stealing things from you. It's like the thievery energy. What do you feel of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets are stealing this from you and keeping you from, moving forward and moving, to a different location? You do have the Page of Wands here, which is a victory celebration type of card. And I feel like there's even, it can be the marriage card. So either when you move, you do end up finding someone, or maybe marriage takes you out of Sweden. Who knows? But there is this celebration, joy, marriage, type of event energy around all of this too. So let's see, anything else? Yeah, and you have the strength card. So this is about turning inward and upward. You know, when you're on the hermit's journey, which comes right after the eight. Yeah, you actually have it'll all happen in order. You got seven, eight, and nine. Just follow the steps. But this is you turning inward and upward, connecting with your higher self while you're in your hermit's journey. Just helps the process move along as well. So I do like that. I mean, very clear. You got the chariot card. Am I moving? Yes, you're moving. When? Well, you're inward, looking at your reflections, connecting to your higher self, overcome these fears of moving forward and knowing that you're going to find everything within you and it allows you to move forward as well. So I like it for you, Dune. Again, thank you so much for your donation. All right. Crystal, Crystal, and you said you're going to donate, Crystal, but I never got a donation come through. So you are quite a bit down on the list still, because I'm only got about 5 more minutes, and yeah, you're not even within 10 or 15 people. All right. So Rajni Yadav, you are the next free reading, and you want to know the GA's feelings towards you currently. Let's take a look here. All right, here we go. All right. Well, feelings currently, this is all a lot of thinking. So they are doing, the Six of Swords is movement of thinking. So they're with the Queen of Swords, she, of course, rolls over air, but she also has emotion. So there is balance of emotion and mind here, movement of mind and thought coming in here. And it has to do with around marriage because the Four of Wands is the marriage card here. With we're asking about this relationship, so there is some movement in thought and belief around that, and there's definitely emotion there. But let me take a look here and see what the thoughts are about. I mean, the thoughts are changing, but are they changing? What direction are they changing? Right? Okay. So it's more, I mean, there's passion definitely here. You got Six of Wands and Ace of Wands. So there is passion there. This is a victory card and recognition. So this is more toward, looking at this is on their mind and in their heart about a future, relationship or marriage. So it definitely is in that direction and the movement toward that. But they are a thinker, so they're contemplating what would this mean, blah 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 blah. They got their long list of checklists that are going on in their head, but there is a movement in it. It's just going to take time for it to get out because they're looking through all this stuff. So they're contemplating it, a lot of thinking. They're balancing heart and mind, which tells me that there are emotions there, obviously, but I don't see a huge um, jump forward in it right away. But when I ask for clarity, they're like, "Oh yeah, there's passion and movement, and it's positive, but it's just not happening super super quick." So while we wait, I always say, while we're waiting for love to come or jobs or whatever, what we can do while we're in the waiting room is work on our own self love because that expands. We can't love others more than the extent we love ourselves. We can't accept love from others more than the extent we love ourselves. So, for our own benefit and the benefit of our partner, we focus on expanding our own self love. Then we can have that flow of love between us be even larger. So that's what they have for you, Rodney Yadav. So many blessings to you. All right, continue looking down the list here. All right. So next we have up for the next free reading, and I'm going to be in for about 5 more minutes. So if you do want me to make sure to get to your reading in this session, I'm going to see Oshanta as my next free reading. Um, and then that should be it for the free readings for this session. So if you're below that and you want me to get to it, now is the time to make the donation. Otherwise, we'll end the session after this and I'll be back in 6 hours. All right. So see you, Shanta. What blessings are happening for you in 2023? All right. Well, I do like this for you because not only the Hierophant is about you finding the truth of your like what is your truth, what are you wanting to live, like what is your purpose and who am I, it's really getting into the deep inner truths. It also means commitment, which I like. And you have the ending of old cycles and beginning of new. So 2023 does show this. I kind of feel like these two together are renewed you. You're leaving some old things of you behind and just really moving forward into a version that's more truer of you, than in the past. You have peace of mind here too with the Four of Swords, which makes sense with you cutting away more thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that were rooted in the fear of losing conditional love and connecting more into your truths. So a more solid foundation of your thoughts and your beliefs and mindsets with all of that too. Now we do have the Knight of Pentacles, which is a pursuit in kind of relation to that other about your true you. Also, the Knights are in a quest for a different way of looking at your worth in relation to the outside world. So you're definitely on that quest. It also represents it takes time for things to get out into the outside world because we don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. And so the more we change on the inside, the more the outside world changes, but it takes time to catch up because we change from the inside out, not the outside in. So there is this be patient with the outside world catching up to you with your changes that you're making on the inside in 2023. So it's a beautiful blessing. I just feel like so much more freedom and so much authenticity of you living the life and being the person you are more and more and more and more. And of course, that just brings in freedom in all areas of your life as well. So I do like that. All right. So many blessings to you, see Oshanta. All right. So I don't see any other donations. Let me just check my emails here just to make sure. I just want to make sure I didn't miss your donations. So I don't see anything that came through, Crystal Pickett. So if you haven't found anything in your PayPal, if you do, I will definitely give you a reading somehow, some way. But because I am at the end of the session now, unless it comes through really quick here or you respond back to me. We'll make sure we take care of it now. But for everyone else, again, thank you so much for all the thumbs up that you give the video. It does help spread the Zen love. And so thank you for being part of that tidal wave of love. If you are needing a reading right now, and I was not able to get down to, please head over to my main page. I have a ton of free content there that's, of course, free. And it's pick a card readings. It has weekly energy updates, monthly readings, just a bunch of content. And just follow your heart, and spirit will guide you to the videos that have messages for you that you're needing to hear right now. They're smart that way. Like I said, I will be back tonight. I'm here every night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time and on Friday, Saturday, Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain. And I also I have personal readings at a sliding price scale. And if you look at the description box of this video, you can see all the details on that too, if you want to book a reading. So that is what we have. I don't see anything from Crystal. So Crystal, I apologize um, if PayPal did something, but we will circle back around this evening. And just please, guys, know that as you go throughout this amazing 2023, that every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you guys again, uh, please take care of yourselves. Have an amazing day, amazing night, wherever you're out in the world, and we will see you soon. So much love to you all. Take care.